Hello viewers, thank you for visiting this channel and for opening this video. This channel is dedicated to solving national and international mathematics examinations with special focus on Ethiopian Secondary School Leaving Certificate examinations and Ethiopian University Exit exams. In this video, which is my A's teaching video, I solve 10 problems from the 2024 Ethiopian Secondary School Leaving Certificate Examination on Mathematics from Booklet Code 112. The problems are problem number 31, 32 up to 40. After seeing or watching this video, if you like it, please subscribe to the channel. Let us start with problem number 31. What is the maximum value of the function z is equal to 2x plus 3y subjected to the constraints x plus y less than or equal to 6, 2x minus y less than or equal to 6, x greater than or equal to 0, y greater than or equal to 0. These kind of problems are called linear programming problems, or the expressions, the inequalities given here are linear inequalities and the function is a linear equation. This is a linear programming problem. We are asked to find maximum value of this function among those values of x, y satisfying these inequalities. There are different methods for solving these kind of problems, but at high school level, the so-called graphical method is the most used method. And from the graphical method, there is a special graphical method which is called vertex method or corner point method. Let us see the steps for this method. When using graphical method or corner point method, the steps used are these. Step 1, plot the constraint lines. That means you convert the inequalities into equations. X plus y is equal to 6 and you draw line. Similarly for the rest. These are called constraint lines. After that, plot constraint regions. That means you sketch graphs of the inequalities. Step 3, identify the feasible region. That means the intersection of all the constraint regions. Step 4, find the coordinates of the vertices or corner pointers for the feasible region. The feasible region is usually a polygonal region, so it has vertices or corners. Find them. Step 5, evaluate the objective function. The objective function means this function, and these are called constraints. Evaluate this objective function at the vertices or at the corner pointers and compare them. You take the maximum of these values as maximum value and the minimum as minimum value. But in this problem, we are asked only maximum value. Or let us follow these steps and solve. Step 1, we sketch constraint lines. That means we turn or convert the inequalities into equations. X plus y is equal to 6, this one, this line. 2x minus y is equal to 6, this line. X is equal to 0 means y-axis. Y is equal to 0 means x-axis. Next step, step 2. Use sketch the inequalities. X plus y less than or equal to 6. It is generally part of xy plane to one side of the line x plus y is equal to 6. The line x plus y is equal to 6 is this one. Part of the plane below this is the graph of the inequality. This inequality. Similarly, we have graph for x minus y less than or equal to 6 here. Part of the plane above the line to x minus y is equal to 6. Similarly, x greater than or equal to 0 means x is equal to 0 is y-axis. X greater than or equal to 0 means to the right of y-axis. And y greater than or equal to 0 means above x-axis. We have how many regions here? 4 regions. Their intersection give us the feasible region. That means this region, polygonal region. It has vertices A, B, C, D. By using equations of the given lines, we can find these corner pointers, the coordinates of these corner pointers. The corner points are the origin, 0, 0, 0, 0 is clear, this point. B, 3, 0, C, 4, 2, D, 0, 6. And our objective function was z is equal to x plus 3y. So when we evaluate step 6, last step, we evaluate the objective function at each of these. At 0, oh sorry, this is not step 6, step 5. At 0, 0, we get 0. At 3, 0, when x is 3, we get 6 plus 0, which means 6. When x is 4, 2 times 4, 8. When y is 2, 3 times 2, 6. 8 plus 6, 14. At 0, 6, we get 2 times 0 plus 3 times 6. When we evaluate this function at 0, 6, we get 18. So when we compare these four values, the maximum is 18. So the answer is 18, and this is choice D. Yes, answer is D. Let us go to the next problem. Problem number 32. Which one of the following is equal to the sum of these numbers? To answer this question, we have to remember the meaning of sigma notation. Sigma notation, or sigma notation, is also called summation notation. And what we do is replace the expression in to the right of summation notation by simply ak. Call this ak. It's a function of k. It depends on k. Let us call it ak. Then the smallest value for k is 1, and the largest value for k is 7, and k takes only natural number values. So we add. This means the meaning of summation means we add from a1 up to a7. A1 up to A7, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7. We add this. A1 means when k is replaced by 1. In that case, we get 729 times 3 raised to 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, 3 raised to 0 is 1. 1 times 729 is 729. So this is 729 is everywhere. When we evaluate all the terms and factor out 729, at the end we get 729 plus 243, 43 plus 81 plus 27 plus 9 plus 3 times 1. This is a geometric progression, which we can say first term 1 or first term 729. If we take 1 as first term, the next term is 3, the next is 9. So to get consecutive or subsequent terms, we have to multiply by 3. 1 times 3, 3. 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 3, 27. So the common ratio is 3. First term is 1. Apply formula for geometric progression. The answer is 1093. Or you can directly add these numbers without using formula. So this is choice C. The answer is C. Yes. Next problem. Problem number 33. Which one of the following is an equation of the parabola with vertex 0, 0 and focus 2, 0? To answer this problem, we have to recall terminologies related to parabola and equations related to parabola. What's parabola? What are parts of parabola? What are types of parabola? Parabola is a curve that's formed as the locus of all points on a plane whose distance from a given line and a given point are the same. We take a point, a fixed point, and we take a fixed line, and we consider all points whose distance from the line and the point are the same. For example, if we look at this point, its distance from F and its distance from this line, it seems the same. So it's part of the parabola. If we take any point on the parabola, its distance from F and its distance from the line should be the same. The fixed point is called focus, and the fixed line is called directrix. And a line through focus perpendicular to directrix is called the axis of the parabola. Axis of the parabola. Similarly, there are other important terms. You can read them. So in our case, in the present problem, we are given vertex and we are given focus. So how can we find the equation of the parabola? Okay, to answer this, we have to know the different forms of equations of parabolas. There are three types of parabolas. If the axis is vertical line, we call it vertical parabola. If the axis of the parabola is horizontal line, we call it horizontal parabola. But the axis can also be slant or oblique. These kind of parabolas are not as such considered at high school level, and forget them. So the different forms of equations are for vertical parabola. If the vertex is at h, k, and if the distance from focus to vertex is p, this distance is called focal length, distance from focus to vertex. If it is p, then the formula for vertical parabolas are given here. Plus if it is upward, minus if it is downward. Similarly, formula for horizontal parabola, if the center of, the vertex is hk, the formula is y minus k squared is equal to plus or minus 4px minus h. Plus if it is a right hyperbola, minus if it is left hyperbola. Not hyperbola, parabola. In our case, the vertex is at 0, 0, and the focus is at, let's see, it is at 2, 0. The focus is at 2, 0. This shows that the parabola is horizontal and right. Vertex at 0, 0. Vertex at 0, 0. Focus at 2, 0 means it is right parabola. So if we have to apply the formula for right parabola, which is this one, y minus k squared is equal to 4p into x minus h. K and h are 0, 0 in our case, so we have y squared is equal to 4p. We have to take plus because it's right. Y squared is equal to 4p. P is distance from focus to vertex, which is 2. So we have 2 times 4, which means 8. So y squared is equal to 8x is the answer. This is choice C. Y squared is equal to 8x. Next problem. Which one of the following is true about the function f of x is equal to tan x? To answer this problem, we have to recall the definition of trig functions in general and tangent function in particular, as well as the different properties of tangent function. Range, y-intercept, domain, periodicity, and so on. We have to recall these things. Generally, the general definition of not only tangent, trig functions is given here. To define the trigonometric function of any angle, theta, first put the angle at standard position. Means one of its rays on x-axis, the other ray can be anywhere depending on the size of the angle. And the vertex should be as the origin. Then, the intersection of the terminal ray with some circle, let it be xy, by using x, y, and distance from xy to the origin, which we label by r. By using these three quantities, we can define three functions. For example, tangent function is tangent of angle theta, means the ratio of y to x. Y divided by x is tangent of theta. Wherever theta is, tangent of theta is defined to be y over x. So we can get properties of tangent function from its definition. For example, its domain cannot be a set of all real numbers, because when x is 0, becomes 0, for example, when xy is on x-axis. When xy is on x-axis, when xy is on y-axis, x is 0. In that case, tangent is not defined. When x is 0, tangent function is not defined. For example, for 90 degree, xy is on x becomes 0. Where when theta is 90 degree, x becomes 0. In that case, tangent is not defined, so tangent of 90 is not defined. So we can get its property just from its definition. And tangent of theta plus pi is always the same as tangent of theta, and pi is this period. So which of the given choices are, which one of the choices is correct? Okay, these are some properties of tangent function. So domain is all real numbers, but pi over 2 and its odd multiples are not allowed. 90 degree, 270 degree, any odd multiple of 90 is outside of the domain. But the range of tangent function can be a set of all real numbers. The reason is tangent is defined as y over x. When theta increases from 0 to 90, the value of x decreases from 1 to 0, and the value of y increases from 0 to 1. We can see this from the definition, the circle definition. When this angle increases from 0 degree to 90, x coordinate of this point, the terminal ray, this x coordinate decreases as theta increases up to 90. It decreases up to 0. So the denominator becomes very small number, very small positive number, whereas the numerator becomes closer to, if this is unit circle, to 1. So we get 1 over a very small number, and the quotient is a very large positive number. So the value of theta can be as large as we like. It can also be as small as we like, and can take any value between them. So the range of tangent is all real numbers. It has no maximum because ranges are. It has no minimum. Its period is pi. Where does the graph of tangent intercepts x-axis? That means when y is 0. When y is 0, what do we get when y is 0? When the value of the function, when tangent is 0, y means, by the way, not this y. Since functions are denoted as y is equal to f of x, we replace this tan theta by some other y, capital Y, say. If that is 0, what's y? Y has to be 0. Y coordinate is 0 means the points on x-axis. When y is 0 on x-axis. So when this point xy is on x-axis, y becomes 0. When xy is on x-axis, the angle becomes 0 degree or 360 degree or 180 degree and so on. So these are x-intercepts. When y is 0, x becomes k pi, multiple of pi. So the graph of tangent function intersects x-axis at this kind of pointers. So if you will look at the graph of tan, we get this one. When, for example, x is 0, y is also 0. When x is pi, y is 0. When x is 2 pi, y is 0. These are x-intercepts. X-intercepts. What about y-intercept? When x is 0. When x is 0, necessarily y is 0. This y is not the y used in the definition, by the way. When x is 0 means we treat theta as x, because functions are denoted as y is equal to f of x. Y is equal to tan of x. We have to write this as, in order to sketch the graph, we have to write in place of theta. Theta axis is x-axis. Look. This x is value of theta. It's not the x in the definition. This y is tan of theta. It's not the y in the definition. Okay, so which of the given choices is correct? Let us see. The range of f is a set of all real numbers. Yes, that's the answer. The graph of intersects y-axis. These kind of points are not y-intercepts, because to get y-intercept, x has to be 0. The domain of f is R without. No, there are points in the domain which are excluded. For example, 0 is in the domain of tangent function. Tangent is defined as 0. Tangent of 0 is defined as 0. But this choice excludes 0, which should have been included in the domain. So it's not correct. Similarly, the period of tangent is not pi over 2, this pi. So the correct answer is A. Next point. Which one of the following is equal to the polynomial function f of x is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 4? 4 choices are given as usual. Which of these expressions, when simplified, give us this polynomial function, which is quadratic? So in order to answer this question, we have to know how to do operations of polynomials. Operations with polynomials. We have to recall these things. how to add, subtract, divide, multiply polynomials ይሄን ለመመለስ ፖሊኖሚያሎችን እንዴት ማስላት እንደምንችል መደመር መቀነስ ማካፈል ማብዛት እሱን ማወቅ ወቂ ነው በተለይ ዲቪዥን ነው እንጂ ትንሽ ከበድ የሚችለው ሌላው ቀላል ነው ኦኬ እየሰራን ማየት እንችላለን መደመር መቀነስ በጣም ቀላል ነው ወደ ታች መጻፍ ሊጠቅም ይችላል ባይ ዘ ወይ ወደ ታች ጽፎ ማየት ለምሳሌ መጀመሪያው a ላይ ያለው x² + 6 + 8 minus ይላል 2x - 4 we have to subtract like terms constant minus constant 8 minus -4 is 12 6x minus 2x this minus is common 6x minus 2x is 4x x² የሚመስል እዚህ ስለሌለ ከፈለግን መጨመር እንችላለን 0x² አድርገን x² minus 0x² ማለት እዚህ ጋር 1x² አለን እዚህ ጋር 0x² አለ 1 minus 0x² ኮኤፊሺየንቶቻቸውን ነው ማቀናነስ ማለት 6 minus 2 8 minus -4 1 minus 0 1 minus 0 ማለት 1 ነው times x² ነው 6 minus 2 4 ነው 4x ነው 8 minus -4 8 minus 4 ሁለት ጊዜ ሁለት ማይነሶች አሉ እዚህ ጋር የጋራ ማይነስ አለ ወደታች እየቀነሰ ስለሆነ ቁጥሩ ደግሞ ራሱን የቻለ ኔጌቲቭ አለው ማይነስ አለው 8 minus -4 12 ስለዚህ ምናልባት መልሱን ይሄን አስቦ ይሆናል መልሱን 8 minus -4 ተሳስቶ 8 minus 4 አርጎ አይቶ ይሆናል 4 አርጎ መልሱን እሱ እንደሆነ ያስቡ ይመስላል ግን አይመጣም 8 minus -4 12 ነው እንጂ 4 አይደለም ስለዚህ ለዚህ ጥያቄ መልስ አናገኝም የተሰጠ ቾይስ የለም if you add these two numbers okay if you subtract this 8 minus -4 is not 4 this 12 so this is not the answer x² 10x minus 6x is 4x yes 3 okay sorry the answer for this problem is B because x² we have x² plus there is no x² here x² plus 0x² is x², 10x minus 6x is 4x, 3 plus 1 is 4, so the answer is B. The answer is B. Let us move to the next. Okay, 35 is B. 36. Let S, R, and T be any three sets. Which one of the following is not true about the union of the sets? S union T is T. Okay, simply remember definition and properties of set operations. Definition. What are the main set operations? Union, intersection, relative complement, symmetric difference, absolute complement, Cartesian product. And ሌላም complement አለ universal complement የሚባል እሱን መጨመር ትችላላችሁ you can read their definitions and properties በተለይ union intersection ከቁጥር ጋር የሚያመሳስላቸው ነገር አለ ኮምፒቲቲቪቲ ለምሳሌ ይሰራል a union b b union a intersection b intersection a associativity ልክ እንደመደመር a union b ቅንፍ ውስጥ አድርገን union c is the same as ቅንፉን ደግሞ ወደዚህ ብናመጣው a ውጭ አድርገን union b እና c ቅንፍ ውስጥ አንድ ናቸው ለቁጥሮችም እንደ ነገር አለ intersection is associative distributive property intersection is distributive over union union is distributive over intersection ውጭ ያለው ማሰራጨት እንችላለን ሁለት ጊዜ መጠቀም ውጭ ያለው ከቅንፍ ውጭ ኢንተርሴክሽን ቢ ኢንተርሴክሽን ሲ አድርገን ዩኒየኑ ደግሞ መሀል ይገባል ማለት ነው ሲሚላርሊ እዚህ ጋር ብዙ ዲስትሪቢዩቲቭ ሎስ አሉ ዲሞርጋንስ ሎ የሚባል አለ በቃ እነኚህ ፕሮፐርቲዎች ካስታወስ ጥያቄ ወዲያው እንመልሳለን ሌሎችም አሉ አይዴንቲቲ የሚባል a union in pt is a intersection universal set is a idempotent የሚባል አንድ ሴት ከራሱ ጋር ኢንተርሴክት ሲደረግ ራሱ ነው ዩኒየኑም እንደዚሁ ኮምፕሊመንት a union a complement ማለት ከa ውጭ ያለ ግን universal set ውስጥ ያለ universal set means a set that contains all elements that we need for a certain discussion a ውስጥ ያለ union a ውስጥ የሌለ ማለት universal set ውስጥ ያለው ሙሉ ይሆናል ማለት ነው ያሉትም የሌሉትም ከተጠቃለሉ ሙሉ universal set ነው intersection a complement ግን empty ነው አይገናኝም a complement ማለት ከውጭ a ውስጥና ከውጭ የት intersect ይደረጋል intersection የላቸው so this complement this rule is called or law is called complement 8 important rules so here ካስታውስ መልሱ በቀላሉ ይመጣል። S union T is T no በምን ምክንያት S union S is S yes this is idempotent S union R union S yes S union R ከነፈስ union T ከነፉ ደግሞ ቦታ ማቀየር ቲን በቀኝ ነበረ ወደ ግራ ወስደን S union R ወደ ቀኝ ይቻላል this commutativity of union so ልክ ያለው ነው የተጠየቅነው ጥያቄ which one of the following is not true ልክ ያለው ነው necessarily ልክ የማይሆነው A ነው S union TT የቀላል ነው ኤግዛምፕሎችን በመስጠት እንደማይሆን ማወቅ ይቻላል so the answer is A not true is A yes 37 let R1 and R2 be the roots of a quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 such that the sum of the roots is negative 2.5 and the product of the roots is 1.5 for a, b and c real numbers and a not 0 which one of the following can be the values of a, b and c respectively okay we have sum of roots are given product of the roots are given and we are talking about the general quadratic equation what can you say about the coefficients a, b, c that's the question okay we have to remember about formula for the sum of roots of quadratic functions and product of rules of quadratic functions የሚታወቅ ፎርሙላ አለ ፎርሙላው ይሄ ነው sum of roots is negative b over a product of roots is c over a so we apply this in our case sum of roots is given to be negative 2.5 and product of the roots is given to be 1.5 so but from formula r1 plus r2 is negative b over a and from the given r1 plus r2 is negative 2.5 so r1 plus in place of r1 plus r2 I can write negative b over a is equal to negative 2.5 means negative 5 over 2 similarly c over a becomes 3 over 2 so b over a is 5 over 2 and c over a is 3 over 2 ለa 2 ለb 5 ብንወስድ ይሰራል ማለት ነው ለa 2 ለb 5 ቢወሰድ ይሰራል respectively a ስንት 2 ለb 5 sin 3 ብናረግ ሬሾቹ ልክ ይመጣሉ b over a 5 over 2 and c over a by the way b over a 5 over 2 negative b over a 5 over 2 መምጣት አለበት ይመጣል 3 over 2 ደግሞ c over a መልሱ a ነው the answer is A next problem number 38 the following data gives the scores of 10 students in a mathematics examination the scores are given here which one of the following is the standard deviation of the given data so to answer this question we have to remember formula for standard deviation by the way the formula for standard deviation is of two types for group data and for ungrouped data separately you have to remember the standard deviation formula ለግሩፕድ ሲሆን ለአንግሩፕድ ሲሆን እዚህ ጋር አንግሩፕድ ስለሆነ ቀላል ነው ፎርሙላው ሚን ማግኘት ይኖርብናል መልሱን ለመመለስ the mean is 8 as the formula is you subtract the mean from each value each observation and then you square the difference after that you add all these squares and you divide by the total number of items in this case we have 10 items and if you compute the expression under square root which we denote by sigma square and which is called variance ይባላል ለብቻው ስኩዌር ሩት ውስጥ ያለው ስኩዌር ሩት ውስጥ ያለው ለብቻው variance ይባላል መልሱ ሲሰላው ሲቃለል 3.6 ይመጣል so standard deviation becomes square root of that which is square root of 3.6 so the answer is let us see the choices and decide the answer is B next problem 39 which of the following pairs of lines with the given equations are parallel four pairs of lines are given each choice contains pairs of lines a pair of lines and which pair of lines are parallel two lines are said to be parallel if they lie on the same plane and if they never meet each other even if they are extended. Two things must be satisfied to say two lines are parallel. First, they must lie on the same plane. Second, they must not intersect each other even if they are extended. Okay, እዚህ ጋር ታዲያ በዚህ ዴፊኒሽን መስራት አንችልም። ቲየረሞች አሉ ስለ ፓራላል የሚያወሩ ፓራላልነስን ካራክተራይዝ የሚያደርጉ ይሄን የሃይ ስኩል መጽሐፍ ላይ ግሬድ 10 ላይ ያለ ቲየረም if two non-vertical lines L1 and L2 with slopes M1 and M2 respectively are parallel to each other, then they have the same slope. Parallel lines have the same slope. And conversum ልክ ነው የዚህ ቲየረም conversum. If two lines have the same slope, if two vertical lines have the same slope, they are parallel. ስለዚህ ስሎፕ በማየት መመለስ እንችላለን። ስሎፕ ደግሞ ቀላል ነው ካልኩሌት ለማድረግ። ዋይን ወደ አንድ ሳይድ አሻግረን ብቻውን ለምሳሌ ኔጌቲቭ 2y ወደ ቀኝ ስንወስደው እዚህ ጋር እና ለሁለት ስናካፍል እዚህ ጋር half x ይመጣል። እዚህ ጋር ዋይን አሻግረን እንደዚህ ስናደርግ ኔጌቲቭ half x ይመጣል። የኤክስ ኮኤፊሺየንት ስሎፕ ነው። ስለዚህ ስሎፕ ለመጀመሪያው ላይን ለl1 half ነው። a ላይ ለm2 ኔጌቲቭ half ነው። እኩል አይደለም፣ አይሆንም። መልሱ እኩል የምናገኘው d ላይ ነው። The slope of L1 in D is 1, and the slope of L2 in D is also 1. The slopes are the same, so the lines in D are parallel. So the answer is D. Last problem. Which one of the following is the range of the function f of x is equal to x minus 1 over x plus 3? Maybe among all the problems we saw in this video, this may be relatively more or the most challenging. Range ነው የተጠየቅነው ለዚህ ፋንክሽን የራሽናል ፋንክሽን ነው። ሬንጁ እንዴት እናገኛለን? ሬንጅ ኦፍ ፋንክሽን ማለት ዶሜን ኦፍ ኢትስ ኢንቨርስ ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ የዚህን ፋንክሽን ኢንቨርስ መፈለግ ነው። የፋንክሽኑ ኢንቨርስ ካገኘን በኋላ ቀላል ነው። የፋንክሽኑ ኢንቨርስ ዶሜን እንጠቀማለን። because range of f means domain for the inverse. ስለዚህ ኢንቨርሱን ፈልገን ዶሜኑን እንፈልግ። ኦኬ ኢንቨርስ አፈላለግ ደግሞ ከዚህ በፊት አይተናል። let y is equal to የተሰጠንን ፋንክሽን let us call it 2x minus 1 over x plus 3, and in place of y write x, and in place of x write y. Solve for y, we get 3x plus 1 over 2 minus x, and this is taken as the inverse. And domain for the inverse is it's not defined when x is 2, otherwise it's always defined. So domain of the inverse is all real numbers but 2. But domain for the inverse means range for the function. So we take r with our 2 as range for the original function, which is choice B. Okay, thank you for watching. Please subscribe this channel and like the video. And if you have comments, please don't hesitate to write your comments.